How to create a shabby chic leather patchwork footstool. I am reusing a cushion which I already had in the workshop for a long time. Why waste it? To take the old cover off you will need some goggles, a dust mask, just to protect yourself. You need a wooden hammer, a blunt pliers and a staple lifter. I am also wearing gloves. Remove the staples like I show you here. Luckily this time there are not too many. I've divided the cushion in equal, well, almost squares, and made a template at all sides 1 centimeter bigger for the seams later on. Drill holes in the back of the wood for the twine later on. I have heaps of leather scraps left from previous upholstery projects. I draw the squares with a gel pen, or also called silver liner. It washes off very easily. I just made a random choice of colors for this footstool. You can cut the leather by using a hobby knife, but a good sharp scissors will do as well. Once you cut out all the pieces, lay them onto the cushion to see which color fits best where. Then it's time for some sewing. I prefer to start with the top blade. First stitch these pieces. Then the next square. Up to the machine. So far nothing difficult. It's just a straight seam at 1 centimeter off the edge. The last square for this row. And the same thing for the other 2 rows. So top surface is done. Up to the boxing. Sew all pieces together except the corner pieces. I give you some music to listen to now, otherwise I keep repeating myself. corner pieces as last. Work as systematic as you can. Fit the boxing on the cushion. If it's too big now is the moment to be able to alter it. At this point it's getting a bit trickier as you will now have to sew the top rows together. Just take your time. You will need to stitch the seams onto each other. Open up the seams. Sometimes you will need a little help from either your scissors or something like a screwdriver. But you might want to glue it together first, or use some adhesive tape, or just staple it. You see, I am just lazy, or am I just self-confident? Don't give up, keep on watching. I'll give you some more music, and remember there's always the fast forward button. Now sew the next row of the top surface. And yes, it's time for the boxing and sewing some corners. Lay the boxing onto the top blade, correct surfaces on top of each other. Start in the middle of one side. I am trying to be as clear as I can, but that also means slow, like in slow television. Stop at 1 centimeter before you will have to make the corner. Your needle should be right in the middle of the seam, so I turn the wheel by hand. Then turn your top plate, which is under, and your boxing as well. I do it in slow motion here. Don't worry, more corners to come. Here is the other corner. And another one. The boxing is now completely sewn around the top plate, and I show you the corners. You will need to push the leather outwards. Fit the cover on the cushion. It might look a bit loose at the moment, but that's how you get the shabby chic look in the end. I am cutting some button twine. These are double rivets. We are going to use them to make the little dents in the cover. This machine is my hand press. For the double rivets you will need a special die. Make 2 normal knots around the part of the rivet with the shaft. Push the shaft through the leather from the underside and put the cap on the top. Then put it in the die and fasten by pulling the handle of the hand press. The twine is now secured. When you have done all rivets, you will need a double-pointed needle. Push the needle from the back of the cushion to the front. Keep your needle straight. That's why I have drawn all the squares on the cushion as well. Put the twine through the eye of the needle and pull the needle down, so both ends of the twine are at the bottom side. This way you create the dents in the leather. Do so for all rivets. You will now need to fasten the twine, so you need your staple gun and hearing protection. I use staples of 8 mil. I am also wearing my gloves as the twine cuts into your hands. Pull the twine as hard as you can. Then with your other hand push the rivet to give you that little bit of extra power to pull. Fasten with 2 staples. Move the twine over and fasten again. I will show you one more. The reason to do it this way is that the twine can't slip away from under the staples. It still looks a bit sloppy after you've fastened the twines. Place, pull and correct the cover as much as you can. We will get there in the end. Promised. Time to fasten the cover. Start from the middle, fasten with some sub-staples, that's one leg in wood, then turn over the cushion and fasten the other side. Do so at all sides. Leave the corners for last. Turn the cushion over and check if you're happy with the result. I'm definitely not happy with this part. Although I want to look it shabby chic, I still want a smooth line at the seam of the boxing. And that's why the sub-staples are handy. You do not need to pull complete staples out. I am satisfied now, so I'm replacing all sub-staples with final ones. And finally, the corners. Staple at one side as far as you can. Cut off the excess of leather to avoid big bulky bits. Fold over and fasten. Do so at all corners. Cut off all the twines. Remove the excess of leather with a hobby knife along the staples. In the workshop I have some well-used black metal legs. I think they fit perfect with the shabby chic look I want. And reusing is always better than throw them away. If you like, cover the bottom up with some cloth or cotton. And here it is, the end result. I like the scars and imperfections, but not everybody will agree with me here. Anyway, I hope this tutorial is any helpful for you.